Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Dennis and welcome back to discussion 1 year 365. And today we will continue the mini series, the collectible card games mini series. And today is part 3, and this will be Magic the Gathering discussion, I guess, about this one. I actually have never heard about this before. Well, by that I mean I've never really played this like ever. Um, well, the reason why is because it's kind of obvious. Actually, there is not really any manga or anime that was about this. So there is no such thing. Therefore, many people as well didn't really see this as popular as Yu-Gi-Oh. So there's that. Let's actually start MTG Magic the Gathering is a tabletop and digital collectible card game created by Richard Garfield, released in 1993 by Wizard of the Coast, now a subsidiary of Hasbro. Okay. Magic was the first trading card game and had approximately 35 million players as of December 2018. And over 20 billion Magic cards were produced in the period from 2008 to 2016, during which time it grew in popularity. Okay, this is the deck, I guess, the logo, yeah. Magic the Gathering. There's this five. I think this five color represent certain type of card, probably. I actually don't know anything at all about this game, because again, there is no anime, there is no manga that covers this game, so it's pure games, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Release date August 9th, 1993, 29 years ago. Collectible, yeah, players 2 or more, obviously. Skills, card playing, basic arithmetic, reading, okay. Age range 13 plus, chance some, yeah, that's pretty much it. A player in Magic takes the role of a planeswalker, a powerful wizard who can travel between dimensions of the multiverse, doing battle with other players as planeswalkers by casting spells, using artifacts and summoning creatures as depicted on individual cards drawn from their individual decks. It's interesting. Um, MTG itself, actually, there is physical card, just like Yu-Gi-Oh. There is also the online game as well, just like Yu-Gi-Oh. The problem is that the MTG app doesn't actually, you know, is not compatible with my phone, so that's why I never actually played this before. Had it be compatible with my phone, then I would have played this game since, like, I don't know, a while ago pretty much. But unfortunately, the phone that I'm using right now is not compatible. That's why I don't really play this game ever. So there's that. Which is, a little bit disappointing, but whatever, because like this year's phone is kind of expensive as well. um, I feel like every year the amount of phone is just increasing. Yes, I know. Every time there's a new phone that's coming out, the previous one got cheaper. However, the cheaper phone from, like, let's say 2020, it's still way more expensive than the time I bought this phone. Well, the time my dad bought this phone. So I feel like, uh, what is it like? Yeah, it's kind of not worth it. Like, wait until 10 years probably, and then it starts being worth it. However, until then, there's already, better technology, meaning that maybe there's like better phone as well, or better games that use that technology, meaning that if I buy the current phone in 10 years from now, it's probably not gonna be compatible with future games as well. So yeah, there's that. Unfortunately, that's just how it is now. Um, and yeah, there's that. Also, it's kind of raining at the moment in my area, so I kind of have to be, what is it like? Need to be aware as well, because sometimes there can be like some kind of storm or lightning storm or thunderstorm or just rainstorm in general that I need to do something else. But there's that. Anyway, Okay, MTG. I don't think there's any narrative about the game itself. Apart from you just play cards, like just like Yu-Gi-Oh, like Duel. Uh, well, yeah, playing against other people as well. Like there is not really any campaign or something like that. I don't think. But that's just pretty much it. Okay, gameplay over here. Let's see. Okay, this is the thing. There is card in the hand. Yes, battlefield. There is, okay, pile of cards, like location, I guess. And there is library and graveyard as well. Okay, this is interesting. A game of magic in progress. I think it's the same as well. Like you can use up to like five monsters, five back rows. I'm not entirely sure, uh, but we'll see. Start the game with a life total of 20 and loses the game when their life total is reduced to 0. That's actually quite few amount of life. Just unlike Yu-Gi-Oh that you can have 8,000. However, 8,000 it feels like it's not really 8,000. You don't actually do damage like in singles or ones. You do damage like at least 2,000. Like about 1,000, 2,000, somewhere like that, meaning that your overall life point is just 8. However, this is 20 over here, so maybe it's just the same. Do not be, what is it, like overwhelmed or underwhelmed by the amount of life. Just because Yu-Gi-Oh has 8,000 life points doesn't make it a very long game. And just because MTG has only 20 life, that doesn't make it too slow. So yeah, there's that. um okay. Additionally, one of the magic golden rules is that whenever a card's text directly contradicts these rules, the card takes precedence. Yeah, it's just like Yu-Gi-Oh as well. um Magic tends to embrace all that house ruling, making it official when it catches on. Okay. MTG have a consistent format with half of the face of the card showing the card's art and the other half listing the card's mechanics, often relying on commonly reused keywords to simplify the card's text. Okay. Cards fall into generally two classes, lands and spells. Okay. Lands produce mana or magical energy. Players can only play one land card per turn, with most land providing a specific color of mana when they are tapped, usually by rotating the card 90 degrees to show it has been used that turn. Okay. Each land can be tapped for mana only once per turn. Meanwhile, spells consume mana, typically requiring at least one mana of a specific color. Okay. More powerful spells cost more and more specifically colored mana. So as the game progresses, more land will be in play, more mana will be available, and the quantity and relative power of the spells played tends to increase. Okay, so it's like yeah, it's arithmetic pretty much. Like it's increasing number, which is interesting. Spells come in several varieties. Non-permanents like sorceries and instants have a single one-time effect before they go to the graveyard discard pile. Enhancements and artifacts remain in play after being cast to provide a lasting magical effect. And creatures, spells summon creatures that can attack and damage an opponent, as well as is used to defend from the opponent's creature attacks. Planeswalker, spells that summon powerful allies that act similarly to other players. Okay. Um, yeah, pretty much. Players begin the game by shuffling their decks and then drawing 7 cards. That's a lot. On each player's turn, following a set phase order, they draw a card, tap their lands, and other permanents as necessary to gain mana as to cast spells. Engage their creatures in a single attack round against their opponent, who may use their own creatures to block the attack, and then complete other actions with any remaining mana. Most actions that a player can perform enter the stack, a concept similar to the stack in computer programming, as other player can react to these actions with other actions. So it's like a chain. In Yu-Gi-Oh, it's called chain. Pretty much like you can chain link, like you response in a card, and then other card responds to your response, and then other card responds to the response to your card. Pretty much it. And then yeah, there's that deconstruction. Okay, okay, this is the layout. Card name. And then there's mana cost, yeah. Card art, expansion symbol, okay. Card type, card description, abilities, effects, etc. Flavor text, okay. Power or toughness, 3 out of 3. Now I don't know what that means though. That's interesting. And then there's the artist as well. Deck building requires strategy as players must choose among thousands of cards which they want to play. This requires players to evaluate the power of their cards as well as the possible synergies between them and their possible interactions with the cards they expect to play against. This meta game can vary in different locations or time periods. Okay. Um, Most sanctioned games for MTG under the Wizards Play Network use the base constructed format that require players to build their decks from their own library of cards. In general, this requires a minimum of 60 cards in the deck, and except for basic land cards, no more than 4 cards of the same named card. The pool of cards is also typically limited to the standard rotation, which consists of only recently released cards. The standard format helps to prevent power creep that can be difficult to predict with the size of the Magic card library and help give newer player at a fair advantage with long-term player. Okay, I see. Yeah, it's pretty much like newer cards should uh it's like newer cards should outpower the old cards, but not really, but kinda really as well. You know, it's something like that pretty much. Um, okay. In the limited format, a small number of cards are open for play from booster packs or tournament packs. Oh, that's interesting. That's kind of broken as well, meaning that you can only get that only from this event, and you cannot really get that card ever again. So yeah, it's kind of what is it like? Kind of limiting, I would say. Okay, colors of magic. Okay, there's colors as well. The 5 colors of Magic: The Gathering. Let's see, what is that? White, blue, black, red, and green. Okay. White, the two colors immediately adjacent to it, green and blue, considered complementary, while two colors on the opposite side, black and red, are its opposing schools. The research and development, okay, what's the meaning about that? White represents order, peace, and light, and draws mana from planes. Interesting. And then blue represents intellect, logic, manipulation, and trickery, and pulls its mana from islands. Interesting, yeah, because blue water, probably. And then black represents power, death, corruption, and sacrifice, drawing mana from swamps. Yeah, like pretty much the gloomy, swampy area. Okay. And then red represents freedom, chaos, fury, and warfare, pulling its power from mountains. Interesting. And then green, yeah, I think it's green. It's more like plants, probably. A color of life, nature, evolution, and indulgence, drawing mana from forests. Yeah, interesting. Like I said, as predicted as well. Interesting. Most cards are based on single color shown along the card's border. Oh, I see. So the color can also be seen by the borders as well, which is interesting. The cost to play them requires some mana of that color and potentially any amount of mana from any other color. Oh, okay, interesting. Multicolored cards were introduced in the Legends expansion and typically use a gold border. Oh, that's interesting. So now, some cards have like multicolors, which is, it's kind of complicated as well. Like if you think about it in Yu-Gi-Oh, there's like what is it? There's like extra deck. Like there's fusion and synchro, and then ritual, and then after that there's like exits, and then there's link summon as well. There's pendulum, it's so on and so on, pretty much, which is kind of what is it like kind of weird if you ask me, but it's fine. Luck versus skill combines chance and skill. Interesting. What about the chance though? Luck involved, especially considering possessing too many or too few lands. Okay. Uh, okay, but I don't think this is because of dice roll or something like that. I don't think so, but yeah. Um, Okay, let's skip this one, I guess. I kind of want to play this though, like online at least. But then again, like I said, the device I'm using on cannot really cannot really play that game. So I need a better one. But then again, maybe that's like few years from now. But also then again, by that time maybe there is already other game that is way better than that, that is more popular. Although I kind of doubt though. At this point I feel like MTG will thrive, just like Yu-Gi-Oh, they will just thrive until God knows when. I don't think there will be any more card creators in the future as well about this, like literally new CGG. I kind of doubt if there is some that are new. I feel like they are not gonna be as popular. It's kind of difficult as well how to make it, the starter deck, and then to not make the booster packs a little bit too overpowered, but also still need that just for the source of income. So it's kind of depending on the developers as well. Are they greedy? Are they not? How how is their marketing strategy or something like that. But yeah, because the thing is this way: if you introduce some set and then people die, and then turns out that it's a little bit too overpowered, how are you going to do that? Well, obviously you will introduce more cards that is even more powerful, and then there's also like restriction as well, like limiting the cards, like banning the cards and stuff like that. But doing so, it will hurt people that spend money specifically to get those specific cards. But now it's limited or even banned, and they cannot really play again, meaning that they have to spend more money for the current deck as well, and so on and so on. And that's probably one of the reason, like maybe it's not developing well as well. But that's just my opinion though. Maybe it is true, maybe it's not. I'm not sure. But that's just pretty much it, I would say. Overall, I really like this one. Like I said, I kind of want to play this. However, I don't have the thing. So maybe if I have a better phone eventually in the future, then I will probably try it myself and maybe make video about it as well. About like new players, like actually beginners, like no joke. I've never played this game, but it kind of looks interesting. It kind of sounds like other games that I've played as well. Like any indie card games in Play Store. There is so many of them. Like pretty much you will need mana, and then you need the mana to summon monsters or to activate certain spells or affect cards, and yeah, just pretty much it. And then to increase your mana, you can add boost as well, boost cards that will, or boost card that passively increase your mana regeneration or something like that. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Kind of interesting as well. Oh, okay. So the rain has started. It's kind of raining now. Kind of heavily. So I need to be quick about this as well. I think that's pretty much it as well. I kind of don't think there's any other thing that I need to discuss here. Apart from yeah, it's I kind of understand a little bit now about the gameplay. Although the like the detail, like how many cards in our deck that is what is it like that is allowed or something like that. I don't know for the details, but I guess as we play the game, we'll eventually know the rule as well. So yeah. Also, I would probably say that there's actually a tutorial in the game as well. So there's that. Anyway, that'll be it for this one. I hope you guys enjoy it. Stay safe, stay healthy. I will see you again tomorrow with another discussion, and maybe in the future I will play this. But yeah, hopefully. But until then, see ya.